Hi everybody, so today I wanted to talk about something I've been thinking about a lot lately, but it really ran home with me today. See, I was listening to Hunks and His Punks, also Salmon and His Crams, which I will link down to the description if you want to listen to them. They're great bands. Keep in mind, though, Hunks and His Punks, what they are a queer rock band, but they kind of have like a 60s bubblegum pop influence to them. Great band. Though they can be a little, how can I put it? Put it in politically correct. Because they have a song called You Don't Like Rock and Roll, and in it they use the R word, you know, what you call a disabled person, and yeah, I don't know. As a disabled person myself, I don't know about that, but you know, I also believe in freedom of speech, so I don't know if that's a whole different subject, though, for a different video, different time, different day. But I just want to warn you really quick. They could come off a little sensitive, but you know what? Rock and roll is not supposed to be for everybody. And in fact, a little bit of that I will talk about today because, okay, let's get to it. I was thinking, because these bands have a strong gimmick, and I was thinking, the problem with modern day mainstream rock is, I feel like we wash two things: a gimmick and a side of danger. I'll tell you in a second what I mean by this. First, a gimmick. If you look back at the early days of like rock and roll, and even in the early 60s, heck, even the Beatles, love them or hate them, you know, the Beatles had a gimmick. Little Richard kind of had a gimmick. Elvis had a gimmick. A lot of those kind of surf bands back in the day, or garage bands, had a gimmick. Let me explain now what I mean by dangerous. Something what your parents won't like. You know what I mean? Like something what is so crazy and so out there that your parents are like, ew, what is that? Turn that rock and roll noise down, you know? I feel like we don't have those things anymore, and I feel like, I made a video not so long ago called "Culture is Eating Itself," where I went on a little rant, and I do agree with that video. I do wish I wasn't as angry as I was, and I guess this video is going to follow up with that, just with music now. I feel like rock and roll has washed the gimmick and the danger, but you know what does have a gimmick and a danger? Believe it or not, rap music. That's right, hip hop. Not all of it is gimmick, but hip hop is not afraid to get a little gimmicky. It's not afraid to be dangerous. I feel like rock and roll needs to have that back, you know, and even take some cues to hip hop. You know what I mean? I think that rock and roll is getting this a little too, you know what I mean, a little too safe. And I feel like it needs to, you know, going back to Hunks and His Punks, yeah, some of it is politically correct. But you know what? Rock and roll, that's, you know, rock and roll is not supposed to be safe at the same time. You know, and I feel like we lost that. What do you guys think? Did I make good points or not? I hope I make good points. And have a good day and bye. And tell me what you think about. Do you think rock and roll I'm not saying every rock band needs a gimmick. I'm just saying, do you think rock and roll has lost its dangerous, its kind of gimmick? Well, have a good day and bye.